I am here with a man who traveled all around the South in search of the best dishes made with pork. And boy, did he find them. Chris Chamberlain is the author of The Southern Foodie's Guide to the Pig. And he is here with a recipe for ham and corn chowder. And that looks good. It's another one of those days where it really smells good in here, especially as you start cooking with onion in the beginning of this. But Chris, great to have you here in the kitchen again.
Glad to be here,
and, again, you've gone around the South trying to find some good recipes. We'll talk about the book here in a second, but tell me about this one we're about to do.
Sure, this is a really easy recipe. I like it because it's perfect for a cool fall night. And a lot of the ingredients in here are, there's nothing wrong with using frozen corn or cream corn. The chopped ham in it could come off the Kroger salad bar, or because I knew it was you, I chopped up some Virginia smoked ham just for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So get us started here.
Sure.
Okay.
So basically you start out just by cooking some onions and butter for a few minutes because that's a great way to start anything.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we sprinkle a little flour in there and keep stirring it. So basically what we're doing is making a quick roux.
I got you.
Because the butter's mixing with the flour. And just keep stirring that, and we'll kind of accelerate the process here today. But you want to stir that through. And then it's time to add some chicken stock.
All right. You need me to stir while you do that?
Sure.
Or, okay.
Always glad to put you to work. Chicken stock, this can be canned, can come out of a carton, or if you make your own chicken stock, everything's better.
Okay, all righty.
These are just diced red potatoes, so this was all the work I had to do, was dicing these potatoes.
All right.
You could probably get away with using hash browns if you wanted to. So you'd let that cook over medium heat for about a half an hour until the potatoes get tender. So we're just going to fast forward on this recipe. Add a little pepper just to season everything up there. And that's just a smidge. Again, this is diced ham, so I diced it myself, but it could certainly come off the Kroger salad bar or wherever you shop.
Okay,
so
all righty.
That makes it nice and easy.
So if you want to go all out, you can go out and do some cool stuff, but if it makes it easier to use some canned things in this process, then suit it to your needs.
And very few people are going to have their own cream corn, so that's what's nice about this. So this is just frozen corn, which has been thawed, so it came straight out of the package. And corn freezes really well. It's one of those, you're not going to get good corn too much later in the year than now, so you learn to depend on frozen ingredients, and that's one that handles it well. And then just a little bit of cream corn out of a can. This actually thickens up the soup, so you don't have to add too much extra flour or cornmeal to it.
All right.
So stir that up and make it look pretty. And then you would let that simmer for about 10 more minutes. And that, you can see that's going to start to distribute it all the way through. But the reason it's a chowder is because at the very end we're going to add some evaporated milk. And that's nice because that adds sweetness to it at the same time. You know, the famous Charlie's caramel pie is just evaporated milk.
Right.
So we're making a caramel pie chowder for you. So, and then just to balance out that sweetness a little bit, just a touch of salt at the end.
Okay, super.
10 more minutes of that,
and you're good to go.
This whole soup's done. 5 minutes of work, an hour of cooking.
Tell me about some of the other recipes that are in the book. You've actually got several featuring some folks out of Nashville.
Yeah, that's how the book was set up. I went around and visited restaurants all around the South and looked for the best pit masters or people that were cooking with pork or bacon and asked them for some of their recipes, which is kind of a sacred gift when you think about it, for a restaurant to give you one of their great recipes. So from locally, we've got Pat Martin taught us his whole hog procedure from Martin's Barbecue Joint. We've got Edley's Barbecue in there, peg leg porker, and we've got Jim Hagee, a good friend of the show, contributed 4 recipes from Chef's Market up in Goodlettsville, and he's a super fella. All
right, fantastic. Well, that's what everything looks like right there. That is the final product. This is recipe number 5253. It's available online right now at newschannel5.com. You can also find it in Chris's new cookbook, The Southern Foodie's Guide to the Pig. He will be signing copies this coming Thursday evening at 5:30 at the Chef's Market up in Goodlettsville, where they will be featuring the recipes that Jim has in the book over at Chef's Market coming up. So, Chris, thank you very much for being with us today.
Glad to be here.